Welcome, everyone, to another edition of Healing is War. My name is Elmira, your host. On this podcast, we discuss the shadows, the darkness of continuing your healing and spiritual journey. Every time we come in front of you, we want to talk about something you may face as you grow, as you elevate spiritually. And today is none like no other. This is called Rise from Darkness. And it's all about career battles, and we may get into more of this conversation. Our guest is Bernice Jackson. The name of her entity is Rise of Dark Dawn, hence the title of this, because there was a story behind how she came up with the title. Again, welcome, Bernice. I'll first ask you, how did you come up with the title of your business? Where were you when it was conceived?
Oh, goodness. Well, Rise of Dark Dawn is about rising out of your dark into your new dawn. And after my last kid left, it was like, okay, one, finding my own identity. Who am I now? Because I'm not a mother of four, and so that was a lonely place. And then moving out to California, I started working at a marketing company and they had layoffs every year. And the third year, I was hit with a layoff, which was also around COVID time. And so, after my 400th or so application of trying to get another job, I started falling into my own dark place of who am I now? Why people won't hire me? Well, they didn't want to pay my worth. And then it just became a spiral, right? So I found myself going into my own pity party, and I had to say, all right, God, you're gonna have to get me out of this because I can't stay here. I can't be like this, right? So I ended up taking my 20 years of project management and my design skills and putting it together to create Rise of Dark Dawn, hence rising out of my dark into my new dawn. We started as an apparel company, and as COVID progressed, there were more and more businesses popping up, and they were asking me, "Can you do my logo? Can you do my website? Can you help me grow?" Right? So we pivoted from an apparel and design company to more of a website development and graphic design company. And it was during the pivot where we began to excel and grow. So instead of staying there, wallowing, woe is me, I had to get up and make some magic happen. So on that journey, finding my own high frequency, my own self worth, and realizing I still have value. I still have something to give and to share with others.
Okay, I was visualizing the whole thing. You said 400 applications.
Oh yeah,
I would have been in the darkness too. I would have been in the bed. Like, because do you know, I just read a report today because in preparation for this chat with you, I said, I wonder what is going on with the job market now. They said most people are taking about 7 months and almost a little over 60 applications, and you're saying
yeah.
400. I'm comparing that to the average now, and this is like crazy. But the great thing, the phenomenal thing is you saw a need, and not only when you saw the need, it began with apparel, and then the pivot, you followed the
Yep.
direction of what was actually happening. You were like, well, all these people want a logo, they want a website, they don't want to. What was it that made you say yes to the pivot?
Well, what made me say yes was the demand was there and I was able to fulfill it, and it was a lot more lucrative. So being able to see opportunities when they come and not after the fact and be like, oh, dang, I should have jumped on that when I had a chance. When something presents yourself, when God puts something in your path, it's up to you to walk the path or push it to the side and go down a different path, right? So the opportunity was there. It presented itself. I said, "All right, God, I'm gonna let you carry me because right? So you got to step out of that fear and realize you're not walking alone, right? If it was given to you, then embrace it, you know, figure out what your next steps need to be to manifest that, right? To make it grow.
Yeah, because too many of us, because you're specifically speaking about the height of COVID, like 2020 and 2021, and I would say we never really exited that, even though people aren't wearing the mask and people got their vaccines and all of that. It shifted the landscape of business entirely. And so what I notice about what you stated, some people are still missing the opportunities because they're saying it
Yeah.
doesn't look like dot 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 dot. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't look like salary of guaranteed salary, pension payment, whatever it is. What made you, because I know what made you, but I gotta specifically ask. Well, I'm not gonna say I don't, I know, because I assume I know. So after all these applications and then you're getting the call, do this logo, make this, create this. How were you sure that was it instead of going back to what people say is a sure thing, another project management job?
Well, I didn't know.
Mm,
I didn't know for sure, but I knew what I could do. I know my capabilities, and if you give me something, oh, I'm not gonna make it work because that's just what I do, right? We make it happen. And so from there, it was just a matter of walking out on faith. It was a matter of researching, it was a matter of understanding, because I've always been a creative person. I've always been an imaginative person. And trust me, I would drive people crazy, including teachers. Like, why would you come up with that? I was like, well, I just put a little oomph on it.
right.
Like,
Ah, ah,
so I felt like it was nothing to be afraid of, but at the same time, you always have that doubt. It's like, can I do it? Can I do it? But then you got to walk in your light and know who you are. If you know who you are, it was like, I've gone through some battles. This ain't nothing but another one.
hmm,
So you walk into that battle knowing I'm coming out on top, right? Because that's just who I am. And standing in your light and understanding your self worth is where you begin to grow, right? Because that confidence and then all that darkness just sheds itself because the light is just too bright. And so, in understanding, there was some additional research and education I needed to do, but I did that, right? And so you just keep going. You just keep going. It's just saying, I got this, right? I got this, and know that you got this. And doubt is gonna come. I mean, of course, doubt is gonna come because your subconscious is built on all the negative of the past, and getting past that to stay in the present moment and tell yourself, I'm not living in that moment back there. I'm
hmm.
right here, right now. So let me start writing down my ideas and where I think I should be going at this point, right? It's just, you just got to know.
Yeah, you said something very key because it's been something I've been delving into just this week. You said being present, not looking at the past, because a lot of times we can look at the past and say, they didn't hire me. This one didn't pay me what I was worth. This happened. This
Hmm.
boyfriend dumped me. I mean, it could be, all the
Oh,
stories we
yeah.
have, all the battles. You said it, the
Hmm.
battles. It's just another battle. I want to ask you this. With those battles, with that knowing, with even understanding the doubt, how were you fully aware of your worth and your value? Because I know a lot of people, including me, will just say, "Oh, I just do that." Like you said, you have a big imagination. Everybody don't do that because even your teacher said, how you come up with that? You see, so that's valuable, but most people will devalue and say, "Oh, that's nothing." Like, let me use an example. Let's say they were able to create this piece of artwork right here that's on this
Mm-hmm.
card in 5 minutes. Oh, that's not 5 minutes. You made that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm paying you 1K for that. Oh, really? Some people devalue and will say, oh, it's nothing. How did you start to know your worth?
Well, that had to come from sitting in quiet places, right? Because even along the journey, you have a lot of negativity coming at you. Family, just get another job. And speaking of that, and you tell your family, I personally have tried. I even tried to get a job with all my degrees and certifications as a maid, a janitor, a ticket booth, nothing.
You
So
was
if
trying it all.
I was trying it all, that's how desperate I had got. But God said, no, that is not where I told you to go. That is not what I told you to do. So when you sit in that quiet place and you reflect back on your journey, and I would tell anybody, grab an old resume and look at the things you've done on your journey. And they are some amazing things. And once you start looking at, I did that. I did that. Because, see, while we're traveling and trying to get different jobs, we have a tendency to chop our resume up to fit that particular job. And we forget about the things that we've done. Now, through all the negativity and the naysayers and people telling you, you're not going to do this, you can't do that, da 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 da, you have to get around that noise, right? And you got to say, just because you said it, don't make it true. Because that's not what God said. And that's not what I see when I look in the mirror. When I look in the mirror, I see a beautiful, sexy black woman, intelligent and strong. And you want to come behind me and tell me that's not who I am? How dare you? So we have a tendency to let negative thoughts and negative words pull us back into that dark past or the trials and tribulations that we've gone through. But then you have to say, you know what? I am not my past. That was something that happened on my journey, but that is not who I am, right? In this present time, in this present moment, I get to choose. I get to determine the next steps, not my past. Those was just lessons learned. So once you understand, they're just lessons learned. They don't make me, and they damn sure didn't break me, right? Because I'm still standing. So once you sit in that quiet place, and I say with all the lights out, with
Mm.
just the candle lit, a soft frequency tone, and you just reflect on who you are and remember who you are and stand on who you are, no matter what you hear over here, it's just noise. Or what you hear over here, that's just noise. If you're not catering to my inner woman, I'm a beautiful, black, intelligent woman. There's nothing I can do for you. So stand on who you know you are.
I know that's right. You said stand on who you know you are. Because sometimes we've been taught, I'm just going to use your phrasing, I'm a
Mhm.
beautiful, black, sexy, intelligent, all the adjectives
Mhm.
woman. We try to discount that by saying, oh, this is nothing, or we'll do the thing, especially in corporate. I'm not going to wear my hair. I'm going to do it this way. I can't dress the way I want to do. I tried that for a while. It did not work. I was like, I gotta be myself. But then again, that was another reason I left corporate and started my massage business because I wanted to be fully myself. Plus, you said, get in that quiet place, listen to God. God was speaking to me saying, you're healing the world. And how are you going to do this stuck at this desk at this hotel?
Yeah,
It won't going to work.
exactly. When it's time for you to move, you got to move, or you'll miss out on that blessing or delay the blessing that was there for you. So you got to move. When you hear something, when you hear that, your first, people call it your first mind, call it God, universe, whoever. When you hear that voice say move, move, right? Because you'll miss your blessing or you'll delay your blessing and you'll be there. Woe is me. Woe is me. Why, Lord? Why? Why?
Hmm.
Right? So you got to hear it and you got to act and be quick. Like, okay, I don't know how it's going to happen, but it's going to happen.
And it did, and it did. I want to inquire because you could have called your business anything, but you decided to say this is Rise of Dark Dawn. Many people would have been like, oh, I'm going to ignore the darkness or what happened to me to get to the present. Why did you choose that name?
Well, it's not even about ignoring the darkness. You have to embrace the darkness. You have to acknowledge that, hey, some bad things happened to me, and hey, I've made some mistakes, but you know what? That's not my end game. That was just a journey I traveled. But on the other end of that journey, there's another path, right? So being in my own pit, I knew I had to rise out of this. And I told myself, I'm rising out of this. This is not my forever. It's just not going to be. And so rising, Rise of Dark Dawn came out of that and understanding that. And I even had a daughter that was in her own dark place because she was a severe introvert and she wanted to be an extrovert so bad. She was like, okay, mom. She actually created the logo for me
Oh,
at the time, right? And she had her own place. So and I say that because everyone has their own dark place, right? Now, her place of being an introvert, I'm an introvert, but I listen, when the time comes, I'm gonna speak up. But that
right.
didn't come until I had enough life under my belt to be able to speak up, right? So I passed that journey that she's traveling now, but I can be an inspiration to her and to others. So when I meet businesses that say, my business is failing, I'm so sick of this, I'm tired of trying, I want to close it out, I have to tell them, woosah,
Mm,
just relax. Let me work with you to understand where you are, what you're doing, and where you're trying to go. And so I help businesses and I help other people rise out of their dark into their new dawn because they just need a little understanding of what they should and shouldn't be doing in order to grow and in order to move forward. So that's what I'm about helping others do what I did. Listen, your past is just that, it's a part of who you became, right? If you're still
mhm.
standing, if you woke up on this side of the dirt to see a new dawn, that's another opportunity to try again, push further, switch gears, or just create something new, right? And it's okay if you have to pivot or switch gears. That's okay because you learn quite a few valuable lessons from the first time. So now you take that into what you have now and be like, okay, I know not to do this. This is what we're going to do different, right? It's
Right.
just lessons learned. And once you make
Hmm.
peace with the lessons, like once you make that peace, you be like, oh, you won't even live in the past anymore. You won't even think about that anymore. And when it comes up, you'd be like, whatever, right? Because that's what it is so embedded in your subconscious. It'll come back up. But now, instead of dwelling on it, you're like, okay, that happened 15 years ago. There's no point in thinking about it now, right? And you tell yourself things like that. That I don't know what triggered that, and it's usually a song or a
Mm.
conversation you had that triggered it, and you'd be like, Psh, "That happened 15 years ago. I'm not gonna sit here and dwell on that."
For real. Because
Girl.
you've already risen. You've
Yeah.
already risen. And I find when it comes to, because we're specifically talking career business here, but this can apply to anything. Like you said, your daughter being introverted. What ends up happening with businesses, because I saw with my own business, I was always ready to pivot. Like,
Mhm.
I changed my business name 3 times.
Mhm.
And it's so funny. It's not funny, peculiar, but I'm always ahead of the game. I had changed my model and my name right before COVID, and it was perfect. The
Mhm.
way I had designed everything, I was ready to service people without putting hands on them doing massage therapy. And people thought I was crazy. You gonna do
Mhm.
that? You gonna do a 2 hour massage? I sure am. Because I
Mhm.
knew something was coming. I'm always on the pulse. As you said, Bernice,
Mm-hmm.
Listen, if God tells you to do something, do it. It may seem strange or illogical,
Yep.
because it sure did to me and everybody in the industry. How you gonna do that? How you gonna make money doing? And I made money and I stayed open when all these other massage businesses were closed. They didn't
Mm-hmm.
reopen after COVID. I did because I pivoted,
Mm-hmm.
knew how to
See,
rise up.
you do. For every dark moment, there's an opportunity there to rise. You just got to sit for a minute and really think about that and really think about, like my mom would always say, it's always more than one way to skin a cat, you know. And so when you're traveling that road, you also have to have another way to get around it. You're facing a wall. Can I go over it? Can I go
Hmm.
around it? Can I dig under it? It's always another way. You just got to step out of emotion, step out of the hurt, and say, let me think a minute. You know, let me go get my wine, turn the lights off, light a candle, turn on my jazz, on my frequency, whatever you listen to, and just sit quietly. Don't think, you know, just deep breathe and sit. And this it'll come to you. It'll come to you. You just got to get that moment of clarity.
Yeah, because it's a whole lot of noise going on.
Yeah.
I mean, I've just doing what I do, being a production company and doing all these shows, and
Mm-hmm.
I contact people and they're, I'm so busy. I'm so busy. I'm like, you busy doing what? What you doing? But I used to be there too. Most of us are busy doing nothing. I mean, it's not what we want to do is what I'm saying. It's like we're
Right.
pursuing and on this hamster wheel of off purpose. It's, yeah, I find that, and even as business owners, as people growing their own thing from the ground up, sometimes we can get caught in that trap too. Oh, I'm running a restaurant. I gotta do it like McDonald's. Who told you to run your business like McDonald's? Nobody. Ain't nobody even give you that message. They didn't do it. So
Yeah.
I got another question for you that leads into what have been the type of businesses you've been successful helping rise from the darkness?
So I've helped startups. I've helped people, small businesses that were just struggling. They were on the struggle bus, and of course, corporations as well. They need more leadership roles, but different kind of businesses like beauty and product businesses, hair care businesses, therapy office, therapy offices. So I don't have a particular business. So I work with small, mid-sized, and corporate businesses based on whatever their need is or their trouble is. But my sweet spot where I get the most fulfillment is helping businesses see there's another way to do things. There's another way to package your offerings so you have not just low ticket, but high ticket offers. It's a way to go from a small mom and pop to looking like a luxury high end business, right? To pull in a different kind of traffic and understanding the audience you really, really want to attract to that will buy your products. Right. So I just help them understand that and how to package their offers so they can yield a higher revenue.
Oh yeah, that makes perfect sense. What's been a case study of just that? Helping them see, okay, I'm not just a mom and pop. I am a luxury brand. I can offer something that's 500, 1,000, 2K or whatever it is.
Right. So, uh, a beauty product that sold candles, that sold soap and bath oil, their pricing was one too low, right? For the quality of products that they have. And I like to, use the products as well. Oh, the product's
Mm-hmm.
wonderful. So, and they were only selling one item at a time. So I said, what you can do is create subscriptions, right? You can create subscriptions where they can get soap of the month. So if you're
Mm,
creating different soaps, so then every month they pay their, it's automatically being withdrawn. Every month they get a different soap scent, right?
right.
And so the thing that you can say, well, what if I get too many soaps? Then guess what? You got a gift that you forgot to go shopping for that you can give to someone, right? So we can re-gift a very luxury high-end offer. Not only that, gift boxing, right? So you take and you get a beautiful gift box, branded beautifully, put beautiful items in there, and now you have a high-end luxury bath and body gift set. And you're selling that anywhere, depending on the size, from 60 to over $100.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas you were selling one item at a time for $5, $10, and those one items are now like 10 to 15 to $25. Candles are $30. Like, you have a better end product, a cleaner burning product, and that's what you're going to play on. You're going to play on those words: clean burning, coconut soy wax, cotton wick, right? Which is what's going to separate you from the other brands, right? So
Correct.
understanding, and that's something that this particular business didn't understand. Oh, I didn't think about that. I was like, what are the ways you can separate yourself from everything else? What is going to be your theme? So the theme became self care, scheduling your self care like you should, right? So those are kind of ways I help businesses. I help them see what they don't see. How can we brand you in a higher end market and push your items out the way it should be? In addition to connecting their websites to make sure that the machine is talking to other machines so you can get the visibility that you need.
Perfect. Yeah, you like a rainbow. That's what I saw was like a rainbow shining a light. No, because you know what ends up happening. You're a creator yourself. Like you said, you have a big imagination. A lot of times when we're creating, we can't see the management piece or we can't see the marketing piece because we're like, just to use that example, we're like, I just want to make some candles. I want to make the
Mm-hmm.
candles, but you're not seeing, oh, this could be candle of the month. This could be
Yeah.
a package deal. This could be all of
Mm-hmm.
this. It could be so much bigger than just cuz that's what it is. Sometimes we don't see our own gifts.
Mm-hmm.
Same happens with me because it
Yep.
comes so easy. So we're just thinking, oh, I didn't even think about that because we're just thinking, oh, I just want to sell one thing. It's not that big of a deal. But then you come in and tell them, no, we can up this order price. Instead of being $10, we going to do 50 or $100 each time somebody orders. Oh, okay, we can do that. We can do that. And now it's on repeat too. You
Right.
not even you on auto pay.
Right. And telling the story of those products. That's the other thing. People will take and put products on there. Here's the product, here's the price. But why would I want to buy that? So now I created luxury stories behind every product, behind every service, why they would want to buy this product. And it's soft and silky and smooth and leaves a nice shine, or it absorbs evenly into your skin. It has a clean, burning smell. You
Mm-hmm.
create those stories of to pull a person in. Just like, oh, let me try that. Let me try that. Right? But when you okay, so understand this, your website is your first handshake to customers. That's how you say hello. When you just throw products up there or services up there with no hello, how you doing? This is me. This is why you should buy this. It's like, okay, next. You've lost me. Right? Why would I engage with you?
Yeah, so what you were just saying, Bernice, is what's the story? What's the story even behind? And I can say that too with marketing this particular show here. What's the story? Why am I
Mhm.
saying healing is war? Because some people are like, what you mean? I ain't never thought about it that way. So I give that my synopsis of, because at the beginning we say This is about the shadows you face on your healing journey. Oh, I never saw it like that. It
Mm-hmm.
is, because if you are committed to healing any part of yourself, whether it's your weight, your relationships, your money, your I could go on, grief,
Mm-hmm.
you have to go to battle with your old self.
Yeah.
And some of us don't see it as that. It's just because we've been presented that healing or spiritual things, God is always easy.
No,
It is
but it's
not.
still your choice. That's the one thing you have to understand. It's still your choice to heal or not heal. It's your choice to continue to dwell in that yesterday or to move on today and let's see what we can make better for tomorrow. Your choice is never taken from you, and that's the key is understanding is there's nothing that's going to come down and snatch it and just redo your life. I mean, that's reincarnation. That means you done really died and you came back into another form.
Hmm.
So it's a choice. And once people realize this is my choice, this is my choice to decide to drink for 7 hours straight or to go for a walk 7 hours straight, you know,
Hmm.
or to mix it up. Let me get a massage and a walk in, right? So that's how that, and that's part of when you begin to love yourself, when you begin to heal, you start looking at what can I do to make me feel better? Let me go spend all day at a spa, at a sauna, you know, let me go on a hiking trip, let me do an overnight stay for a concert. So, whatever that is, when you begin loving yourself and healing yourself, you don't dwell in yesterday because you can't change it. So, why dwell?
Yeah, you can't dwell. Something came to mind as you was talking about the spa days and all of this stuff because it's something I know somebody I'm feeling the audience right now. They gonna
Mm-hmm.
say, "But Bernice, I don't have the money. I don't have a job. I'm still rising from my darkness. I'm still trying to
Mm.
figure it out. But you're sitting here telling me I need to go here, go there, listen to God. It's too expensive." What's your response?
Well, let me tell you, a spa day doesn't have to actually be at a place. A spa day is something you can create at home, you know, even if it's at 10 or 11 o'clock after everybody has gone to bed. You run your bubble bath with your Epsom salt. You light the candles in the bathroom and turn on some soft music and a glass of wine and chocolate. I like chocolate and wine. That's just my thing. And you sit in that tub and you look at the candles and you just stop thinking and you just absorb yourself in this moment and say, here's my spa day. This is all for me. Even if you took and you bought yourself some nice uh, bath, bath soaps, that's for you. That's your spa day. Even if you just sat in front of the TV quietly, having your wine and just sitting there by yourself, alone time is good time. Some people don't like being alone, but if you take a moment to say, why do I not like being alone with myself?
Hmm.
Right? I love being alone with myself. That's time for me to woosah, right? Because you
I
deal with
agree.
so much noise all the time. You have to love your own company. You should love your own company because it's a moment to just check out and not be somebody's boss, mom, husband, boyfriend, and dog walker, whoever.
Right.
it's, it's a moment to just say, it's just me and the space. So, yeah, create your spa moment at home and whatever that is.
Yeah, you said it best because that's something where the creativity comes in because we may say, but I don't have the can. Look at what you have already. And
Mm-hmm.
this is showing you your gifting, Bernice. Well, you already
Mm-hmm.
know it, but I'm going to state it, reflect it back to you.
Mm-hmm.
You're able to turn, you're able to make something out of nothing. Because you
Yes.
can, I know you can go into any room and say, I can turn this room into a spa. And somebody else will be like, how? And you find, wait a minute, you got water, you got candle, oh, you got a whole spa in here. And they're looking, where you find that at? Where you get that from? You
Yep.
like, it's been here the whole time, but they can't see it because they don't see where the relaxation is in what they already have in their home.
Yeah. That noise,
Yeah.
that noise is blocking their frequency to see I have everything I need right here, right?
Mm.
And that's why scheduling, and I mean scheduling, put it on the calendar. Your quiet time moments is valuable and will go a long way, right? This is my quiet time. No, no, kids, hey, this is my quiet time, right? And you have to be purposeful about your time because you can't get it back. So if I can't get all the time that I want because, I'm not a billionaire, then I'm going to take what I have and I'm going to make it purposeful.
To me, that's the right word, purposeful. Because when you're living your life on purpose, I've seen it with myself. Years ago, I started waking up at 5 a.m. because at the time I was working a part-time job where I had to be there at 11 or 1. I said, my mornings are mine. Nobody
Hmm.
can take my morning. You
Yep,
cannot have my morning. I'm scheduling this. This serves a
exactly.
purpose because if I start my day off kilter, the whole thing tanks.
Yep, exactly. Exactly. You got to love me some me, right? Every morning you look in the mirror and say, I love me some me, right?
Hmm.
And you keep telling yourself, I love me some me. You may not love me, but I love me some me every day, right? And you got to believe what you tell yourself. Those positive affirmations make a difference, especially when you're in a world full of noise, right? You have so many people saying, this person ain't this, or you did this. Be like, I still love me some me. Through all the trials and tribulations, all of my mistakes, all of my failures and successes, I still love me some me, right? You're still standing. So why not love you?
You got to. You making me sing. Well, she says, I love me some him.
Go,
That's Tony
girl.
Braxton, but we saying, I love me some me. Another
Exactly.
me will never do. I love me some me. So that's what.
That's what's
Okay.
up.
So we sang over here. Okay, I have a thing I do at the end of the show called soul work. So it's homework because you stated a lot of things that people can implement into their life. I have 5 things. I almost had 6, but I switched one around based on one thing you just mentioned. So after I read the list, feel free to add something to it because you might be saved. I want to say that too. Okay, number 1, soul work. See the business opportunities when they come. Walk the path and listen. Number 2, research, understand your God given gifts. Number 3, purpose your quiet time. That means put it on the schedule. Don't wait for it to come. Oh, I think I'm going to do something Memorial Day or when Christmas comes. That's too late. You got to purpose that thing right now. Number
Hmm.
4, listen to God. Sit, and you said this numerous times. I'm seeing the pattern because I know this is what you actually do. Sit in your quiet place. Grab your resume. Look at what you've accomplished. Don't forget about the holes you put and said, oh, what I was doing from 1999 or 2011.
Yep.
No, identify what it was. Just don't, it ain't no dash. It's an accomplishment. You did something there.
Yep.
And number 5, tell the luxury story of your product or service. Do you have anything
Hmm.
additional?
The only additional thing is remember, you are not your past. Your past happened, but that's not who you are right here in this present moment. And it's not who you're going to be in the future.
Mm-hmm. Because you're not that now. You a different person.
Yep.
I mean, even scientifically, they say, I can't remember the time period, but our cells change every 21 days. It's some period like that where
Mm-hmm.
we're rejuvenating, we're regenerating, and we can look at it because if I get a scratch or a cut, doesn't it heal?
Oh yeah.
It doesn't stay there for years on end like the scratch I got falling off the bike when I was 10. It's mostly gone because
Exactly.
we're shifting, we're in the present, we're in the future. Yeah.
That's
All right,
true.
Bernice, how can people find you online?
Oh, they can find me at riseofdarkdawn.com, and it's the same on LinkedIn as well as Instagram.
Okay,
Follow me. Let's set up some time to talk and chit chat, and let's see how we can grow you and your business.
that's right. And I will say, don't think anything is too different for Bernice because if you're vibing with her frequency and you're like, yeah, I've been thinking about pivoting. I've been thinking about doing this, but I don't really have a business. I got an idea, or I got an
Hmm.
event, or I got a church. I don't know what it is because sometimes we think my thing is too out of the box and she may not be able to help
Yeah.
me. He may not be able to help me. Inquire because if going back to number one, see the business opportunity. If you're listening to this interview, this podcast right now, you are here for a reason and you
Yes.
stayed to this point for a reason. So don't take that as, oh, it was whatever. No, it was you were supposed to be here.
You were supposed to be here.
And the
Mm-hmm.
website again, I will state that again, it is riseofdarkdawn.com. You can find her on LinkedIn, other channels too, Instagram. Reach out, book your session, get an inquiry. You need help. You know you've been needing help. You don't like the way your business or your entity has been growing or not growing for the past 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Seek assistance. So many of us wait till the very
Mm-hmm.
end to ask for help. No, don't do that.
That's
My
true.
advice, do not
Raise
do
your
that.
hand. Like, I need
Yes,
some help. I
right.
need just a little something, little something. Help me.
Yeah, because that's all it is. Help me.
Mm-hmm.
And then she can figure out the rest.
And that's part of loving you, loving yourself enough to know when you need to just raise your hand. Like, can you just give me a little something?
Hmm. That's
Mm-hmm.
right. Remember, your soul is calling you to greatness. Be a soldier. You are ready for war. We will see you next time. Goodbye.
Hi, thank you.